It's recording. Is it though? Yeah, it is. All right. And it's time. So enjoy, everybody. Thanks for being here live. And you guys are great. We love the tip of the spear. That's what you guys are. And
ooh,
so,
ouch.
Yeah, no, just the tip.
Poke us.
Just the tip.
Just poke us in the butt is what you do.
That's right. Here it comes in 3, 2, 1.
From the switchback ignition system to the heavy-duty welded stainless steel, the Char King Imperial is the Wagner Company's love letter to America.
I am fond of the French dip at Philippe's.
The morning stream, 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 the morning.
From Hell's Heart, I podcast at thee. This is the Morning Stream.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Morning Stream. It's TMS for July 21st, 2020. 2020. It's fun to say,
whatever
Brian.
it takes. 21, 2020, whatever it takes.
It's fun to say. I like saying it. Anyway, what a dumb year, but a fun year. You know, fun year to say, dumb year to live.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
That's Brian Ebbett. I'm Scott Johnson, and we are doing a show. Hi, good morning. Okay. I don't know if this is me calling her out or what this is, all right?
Okay.
Kim and I have a marriage I would call a very partnership-based marriage. Kind of do a lot of stuff together and you know, make decisions together, and we're on the same page, and if we're not, we get on the same page, and you know, lots of listening and talking and communication, all that. We got one of those marriages, and it's good. We've always had a good one, all right? But there's this one thing that she does that is since the mid-aughts, I guess, is when the thing was on, so I guess that's when it started. Okay. But my wife is on. I lost count. I don't know what watch through of Gilmore Girls this is. Okay, because she burned through Heart of Dixie again, and that's over. And she likes her comfort food television. She's not like me where I'm like, ooh, did you hear about that new weird thing on that one channel?
Oh, yeah, not like you, Seinfeld, Cheers, West Wing.
Yeah, but those are, you're
Everybody
right.
Everybody Loves Raymond.
I don't know where the Raymond came from, but sure. But yes.
Oh, that's not one. That's not one of
that's
yours?
definitely not one of mine. But I mean, I like Everybody Loves Raymond. I don't even know where it's streaming. But anyway, okay, fair enough. I have my own comfort foods as well. I want to watch Star Trek TNG again, like all that. But her comfort food TV and my comfort food TV are different. And even though I have positive things to say about the first couple of seasons of Gilmore Girls, because I think the first couple of seasons were they kind of nailed the formula. And if you didn't like the formula, then whatever. But I respect that it works. It's the mom, it's the daughter, it's the little town, it's the parents, it's the thing, and it works. It's a fine ensemble show. It's got Sean Gunn in it, who is brother to what's his name, Gunn, the other Gunn that made
Tommy Gunn.
No, Guardians of the Galaxy Gunn.
Yeah.
Sean. No, that's Sean Gunn. No, that's not Sean Gunn. Whatever his name is.
Tim Gunn is the guy on Top Model.
What's wrong with me? I can't think of his freaking name. James Gunn. James Gunn.
Is
right?
it James Gunn?
Yeah, it's James Gunn.
Okay, it is James Gunn. All right. That doesn't sound right, James Gunn.
It doesn't, but Sean Gunn's his brother. He plays Kirk in this, and he was in the Guardians movies. Anyway, it's fine, okay? But I'm not even watching it with her. I'm just sort of like, she'll have an episode on, and I'm passing through the room. And I'll just hear the Lorelai going, and Rory going, and everybody doing their thing on the show. And then suddenly my brain says, all right, well, now that we've got a little bit taste of that in our heads, we're going to keep you up all night with weird dreams about Gilmore Girls. You're just going to think about the show. So I spent most of the night tossing and turning with this stupid show in my head. For no reason, and not even anything specific from episodes or anything. Just people from the show are in my head.
Just Lorelai and whoever, Alexis Bledel. Is it Rory? That's it.
Rory. Is it Bledel, Bledel, Bleed Hole? What is it?
Oh, jeez.
I don't know. Something like that.
Yeah, do you think Kim ever had weird dreams about MASH or Friends or Seinfeld or?
Well, she really likes Seinfeld. She really likes Friends way more than me. She likes Friends a lot, and I'm sort of like passive on Friends.
Mad Max, maybe. Does she have weird Mad Max dreams?
No, but maybe I should ask.
Waterworld.
I should ask. By the way, funny you should say that. Happy 25th anniversary to Waterworld this week. Well done.
Wow.
Well done, Waterworld. Well
Let's
done.
all drink a glass of pee that's been filtered by a plant in its honor. I'll raise a glass of warm yellow liquid in its honor.
Warm yellow liquid in this hand, a piece of paper in this hand. You ever seen paper?
Right.
Look at it. We'll say to each other. Yeah.
Lost currently is my rewatch comfort food. I'm between I just finished Atlanta season 2, which was excellent.
Yeah.
And before I start on the next season of Mr. Robot to get caught up, Tina's decided she's done with Mr. Robot, so that's a solo watch.
Did she say why? I'm just curious. Does she not like it?
Just tired of it.
Okay.
No interest, she says.
Tired of the inner monologue of Rami Malek walking around talking about stuff,
That's right.
not sure who's what
Exactly.
and what's what.
Talking
Okay.
to Christian Slater, walking in every time, going greetings and salutations.
Hello. Yeah. All right.
And I bet Man in the High Castle, we're probably not far from her just saying, I'm not going to bother with the next season of Man in the High Castle. So I'll be
Really?
watching that one.
Because it's almost over. It's almost done. It is done. The last season's
done.
up there.
We liked it, and I think we spent too much time away from it between seasons. And so she's kind of more onto let's watch this new cool thing, or let's watch this thing that people have been talking about. And she's forgotten about, how much we enjoyed Man in the High Castle. So, but I finished the entire run of Futurama. I never saw those last 3 or 4 seasons, so I'm glad I did that watch through.
Oh, yeah.
And
those are great.
Atlanta I just finished, and some stuff that I'll have on recommendals, but it's time for me to do like Jack did and go back. I have to go back.
Yeah, gotta go back.
Yeah.
Can't leave the island. Gotta go back.
So right now, Desmond is having his premonitions about Charlie dying, and that's where I'm at in the rewatching. Probably it's my second rewatch. So
Yeah.
the third time I've gone through the series. The second time though was part of this thing called Chronologically Lost.
Yeah.
Somebody had gone through and re-edited all 108 shows or however many there are.
Oh, right. I heard about that. Did we talk about
and
this?
actually
How was
put
that?
things in the right order. If we didn't talk about it, it's
we
worth
did.
talking about because it's so damn cool.
I think we talked a little bit. I don't know if we talked a ton about it. Tell me kind of how it worked. I don't even know how it worked.
So somebody let me see who did this. Maybe
There's a whole.
there's a website, chronologicallylost.com, that looks like
there it is.
like it was done in 2005.
Oh yeah, look at that.
There's a brand new torrent too. So again, keep in mind this is not a legal thing that you can just stream. You have to download it. But it's 101 episodes. So there's still hour-long episodes, but he's recut the entire series to take place chronologically. So you see the very first thing is, I think, what happens in the second or third to last episode, which is the 2 kids landing on the island, almost like in biblical times kind of thing.
Yeah.
Allison Janney takes them in and raises them, and you've got Jacob and the Man in Black, and one's good, one's bad, and
one decides to go be Bosch and solve crime in L.A.
That's right, exactly. Which coincidentally is the thing that we're binging together right now, is the newest season of Bosch, which is always great.
Bosch is never bad, always good.
It's never bad.
Okay, no, wait. Let me ask you a question then. So, it
yeah.
seems to me like when they did that with the 2 kids toward the end of the finale, or toward the end of the final season, that was an artistic choice of like, hey, here's a major flashback. We're gonna, really tie this together and do all this stuff.
Flashback, yes.
And so, doing this obviously changes the tone of all that, right? By doing the chronological thing. So while it's orderly.
Yes.
It seems like it flies in the face of the creative vision. So let me ask you this.
All of this stuff flies in the face of the creative vision because you don't get, the whole purpose of the show. 90% of the episodes were what's happening on the island, but then you flash back to what happened in Sun and Jin's life, or flash back to Sawyer looking for his dad and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And And it's always cut in a way that goes well with the action that you're seeing from that character, the decisions that they're making in quote unquote present time.
Yeah.
Based on their past. And when you take all that out of order, it's a very, very different show, but I think it's still enjoyable. I would definitely not say, if you've never seen Lost, don't start with.
Okay, that was going to be my question.
God, no.
You should say you would say that it's better to have seen it the way it was presented, and then this is for big fans who want to see it this way. That's how you do it. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Definitely not the way you want to first experience it. And maybe even if you enjoyed it the first time, no, you know what? If it's been a long time since you've seen it and you did enjoy it, this is probably a really good way to revisit it, but get a kind of new take on it.
It's smaller than I would have thought. 63.4 gigabytes, this file. It's only 50% bigger than the original episodes.
Interesting.
I may have to. I mean, that's like an install of Call of Duty. No big deal. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna legally get it.
You're sure you're gonna legally get it? Yes, exactly.
Yeah. I mean,
anyway, it's a really, really clever idea, and
this is interesting. They have a Facebook page, and it says all episodes are available for streaming over there on Facebook. Really?
Really? How can they do that?
I don't know. I'm looking. Chronologically Lost on Facebook. Here we go. Facebook page. Trying to find where you watch it. It doesn't show.
Oh yeah, that's right. You get all the stuff. They do a little bit of time hopping in later seasons, where they actually are part of the Dharma Initiative, and then you get all that stuff before. Like it is kind of a cool way to experience the show.
Yeah, I kind of want to check it out. All right. Well, you've intrigued me. Well done. I think we've mentioned it briefly, but we've never really gone into it. So now we have.
I did this years back. I had the Laserdisc. Yes, sir. The Laserdisc of Pulp Fiction. Well, I still do. It's over there. And I recut the film onto VHS in chronological order.
Oh, really? Really? You did this yourself?
Yeah. I did this myself. And that one's not so hard because it's big chunks and you just rearrange the big chunks.
Yeah, that's true, I guess.
And
no, what impresses me is you went from your Laserdisc to VHS and then cut it. Right?
I went from I would queue up scenes on the Laserdisc.
Yeah.
And then record on VHS and press play on the Laserdisc.
Right. And that doesn't sound like a lot of work, but what I'm saying is that's a thing you do in Premiere now with like 3 clicks.
Oh yeah. Yeah, exactly. It takes It takes you 5 minutes to do it.
But you've got like big spinning hardware and cables, and then a tape deck that you got to hit play and record and stop, and it's pretty intense.
Yes.
Wow.
Exactly.
All right. Yeah. Well, then Brian's mythical recut of Pulp Fiction awaits us one day. Everybody, we'll get our hands on that and see what's what.
And I can't remember. I called it. I did an anagram of the name. It was something cut o flip.
Oh.
It was nip cut o flip, I think.
Nip cut o flip.
Cut o flip.
It's a terrible FX show.
Nip.
It's a bad FX show from 2005.
It's a really bad one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you can rearrange the letters to spell Pulp Fiction. So it was nip, cut, o flip. Because I was nipping, cutting, and flipping.
Nip, cut, o flip. He's
nip, cut, o flip.
Down there by the O'Reillys. All right. Well done. I didn't know that either. That's anher new thing.
I thought I was so damn clever.
It's pretty clever. I mean, listen, my cleverness with VHS tapes was in high school when I would skip class and tell my mom I was sick and I'd stay home, and I made a film of my gerbil eating Luke Skywalker, and I achieved it. I think I've said this on the show, but I achieved it by putting ketchup on Luke, so I had the dual purpose of looking like blood, and it made the gerbil go over and like sniff and like lick it and stuff, so it looked like the gerbil's eating it. It was great.
I love it. Again, if we had the tools we have now, like the Final Cut Pro and Adobe Premiere or whatever, man, the stuff we could have created back then.
Oh no, dude, it's all I would have done. I don't know if I'd ever gone back to school. Are you kidding me? I would have stayed home every day.
Yeah.
And made things. Oh my gosh. And kids today probably don't even, it's just so ubiquitous, they don't even care.
They don't even know those kids. Kids today.
The kids don't care. What do the kids know? Yeah. So we would have been like them, I guess is what I'm saying. All right. Shout out. Shoot out.
Yes. Lots of shout outs today.
To Dennis Burkett. Or Burkett. I'm not sure how you say it, but I think Burkett. Anyway.
I would say Burkett. Yeah.
He Not briquette, not like the kind of thing you put in your old fashioned barbecue thing.
Not a Kingsford briquette.
No. Do people even do those anymore? Is that a thing? Can you?
Sure.
Really?
Sure. If you get one of those green eggs, those barbecue green egg barbecues, which are still the rage, still popular.
Yeah.
And those take briquettes.
Okay. I thought they had something else in there for some reason, some kind of permanent gas hookup or something, but I guess not.
I think you still do those with charcoal and.
My experience was it made everything taste like gas meat. Like it just didn't taste right.
Well, then why? Oh, probably because if you overdo the lighter fluid.
Yeah, it's the lighter fluid. That's it.
Yeah, then stuff tastes horrible. But
to get them going, you gotta really crank it in there, right? Oh yeah.
No, not if you do it right.
Oh, I have to do it right. Oh,
you have to do it right. It's like it's like a Duraflame log versus just getting some wood and putting it in the fireplace.
That's a good point. Just do the hard work. All right. Anyway,
so then it won't taste like gas meat.
Yeah. Gas meat. All right, Dennis Burkett. Anyway, just went through his second back surgery. He's a member of our community, and he probably isn't expecting this, but I heard about his back and I felt bad and just wanted to give him a shout out. So Dennis, if you're listening to this, I hope you're recovering quick, dude. And sorry you had to have 2 back surgeries. I hope there isn't a third. Okay, the law of threes does not apply to Dennis Burkett. Okay, life, don't give him a third one. Have this fix whatever the problem is. And then also, thanks.
Or if there's a third one, instead of it being back surgery, it's back up and running.
Hey,
that's the third back.
I like it. That's pretty good. Also, thanks to Tap Percussion, rather, not percussion. He sent me this. Oh, is it right here? No, it's upstairs. Dang it! Yeah, I was going to hold it up. Anyway, he sent me this amazing Stephen King short story compilation book that I'd never seen, and there are a bunch of stories I haven't read, and I thought I'd read them all. So this was all news to me, and he just sent it out of the kindness of his heart. It's this great little book that I don't have in front of me, or else I'd hold it up. So anyway, thanks, Tap. You're the best. I can't wait to dig into that thing. I'm going to read it.
That's cool.
I like Stephen
Well,
King.
while we're in the process of thanking people, every time I talk about how much I hate Funko Pops, but every time I do, somebody manages to find one that I actually really like. And Sean Lindsay, no card, no letter, no note, and I can't find an email address. But Sean Lindsay sent me this awesome Bill Nye the Science Guy Funko Pop.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
Up his,
that's not bad.
Earth.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Reminding
and
us
I
the
totally
Earth is
dig
round. Yeah, that's it. You know what? Some of them, you're right. Some are okay.
Some are okay.
Yeah.
Even though this still has the, the dead eyes, but there's something kind of cool about it. The eyebrows kind of capture Bill Nye and the hair and stuff. So
I like
this one's going on my desk.
I like this one. This is the what do you call her? I can't think of her name. Diva from
but
Overwatch.
It's the exosuit diva or something like that.
Yeah.
The different suit diva.
So she's got her stupid little face in there.
Alternate suit diva.
But it's actually a cool version of the mech without the dumb little face in there. Like, I can take her out. I never tried.
Yeah, you can totally. She was wobbling around there as you were shaking the.
All right, so now it just looks like a badass replica of her.
Yeah,
mech.
it doesn't look like anything Funko Pop.
Yeah, until you put this little big-headed idiot in there.
And I'll say this is the other one I really dig because there's no big dumb Hello Kitty eyes on this one. It's Mysterio, and he's just got a cloud head and a fishbowl.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. Once in a while, they get it right, but it's more rare than we'd like. What else was gonna? Oh, you know what? While we're thanking people, look at this.
Yeah,
got a box in the mail from Leah. She says,
box of cereal. It looks like
it is. It actually is. It says, Scott.
Oh, really is.
Sorry, got a little crushed. Cereal inside expired last year. I never was able to get a hold of one of these, so she sent me the Lucio'os.
That's so
box.
cool.
Yeah, and it's still got all of whatever cereal's in there.
I'm sure it's not stale at all. Someone that we know that works at Blizzard promised me a box of those 2 years ago at BlizzCon, or I guess a year ago at BlizzCon. No, 2 years ago at BlizzCon.
Yeah, 2 years I think.
Because I didn't go last year.
2018, 2017. It was one of those 2 years.
But I never got one.
Yeah. Hey, Brian, I was promised by the same person, and guess what? I had to get it from a fan.
I don't know who that could possibly be.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who that was. We don't know who that was. We don't know who that was. Maybe they're still there. I don't know. Still Blizzard. Who knows?
Could be.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Nobody knows because nobody's actually at Blizzard. Everybody's working from home.
Yeah, eating cereal, stale cereal.
Eating stale cereal. They're going to get back and say, "Oh no, the cockroaches have taken over. They've grown sentient and large because of the cereal, the Lucio'os."
That's right. But here's the thing: I'm not opening this. Obviously, it's going to be stale and gross. But I'm going to keep these in here and hanging on the wall, along with my Ragnaros and my Super Mario cereal that I have.
Cool.
Yeah, my video game cereal fandom knows no bounds.
And then when the next lockdown occurs and stores are shut down, you'll dig into your collection of stale nerd cereal.
Yeah, when push comes to shove, I'll eat these Lucio'os. You bet I will.
Yes.
You know?
Lucio'os.
Sorry. And I'll give
that bothered me from the time they showed them. They're Lucio'os, but no, they're Randy even corrected me. They're Lucio'os. I mean, the person
sorry, yeah, we don't drop names
person
here.
at Blizzard corrected me and said, no, they're Brian. They're it's actually Lucio'os.
They're Lucio'os.
True story.
Said it in some Spanish accent. Yeah, they should just be called Lucio'os. Mm-hmm. I mean, come on. Mm-hmm. It's right there. It's right there.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
I guess they didn't want them to be like Lucy O's, right? Because then it's like, oh, who's Lucy?
Yeah, and why is she owing? So yeah, if the zombies come, I'll break into this. But until then, forget it. Mm-hmm. Staying like
I've been thinking about this. The zombie outbreak won't be caused by the pandemic, but what it's going to be caused by is the vaccine. We're rush this vaccine through. It's going to be untested.
Oh, I see.
And we're going to think it cures us, and we're going to think that it prevents us from getting COVID. But really, it's going to turn us all into brain-eating zombies.
Great. I like that. That's a conspiracy for sure. I like that.
Is that a good conspiracy?
I like it. Yeah. Can you tell me more about your? I desire to know more.
Well, it starts out slow. Was that the case in Benjamin 006? That wasn't the case in I Am Legend, was it? That it wasn't the pandemic that caused the
no,
vampirization?
It was he helped design the vaccine that ended up mutating and making everybody into vampire zombies, right? Is that right?
Maybe that's it. Yeah.
And he was one of the doctors or scientists behind it. Yeah, wasn't that the thing? I think that was it. I think you have it right. Yeah,
might be.
I think you have it right.
Fred, what are you doing, Fred?
Have you seen?
How'd you get over here, Fred?
Have you seen the video with him doing that with Kevin James, by chance?
No.
Okay.
No.
Sometime when you get a second, I don't know if this is just on Kevin James's TikTok account or where he puts these things, probably YouTube or something. But Kevin James makes versions of stuff that, and it's not always just things with Will Smith, but. Because he's pals with Will Smith, I guess, he can have some fun with him. But he's got that one scene where he's out of the car going, Fred! And he's yelling at him because he's down at the end of the thing. He digitally replaces Fred with him as a cameraman working on the movie. So he's like a camera guy holding the boom mic and stuff going, what? And he's like, Fred, what are you doing? Well, I'm just setting up for the next shot. Like the way that they do it is so perfectly edited.
So it's not new. It's not new footage of Will Smith doing it.
No,
that's great.
But it's so perfectly done. It feels like he's there. It doesn't feel like a green screen or any of that.
Oh, there it is right there. Wow, everybody's posting.
Yeah, it's really funny. I like Kevin James just fine. I know people like to give him crap because he's mall cop.
King of Queens, is that a binge rewatch, comfort food rewatch for you?
No, in fact, I don't think I ever really saw much of it. I think I saw maybe an episode or two of that ever. But I'm sure it was fine.
I never saw a single episode of that.
Sure, it was fine, but I used to really like his stand up, and Kevin James is fine. He's fine.
Totally fine.
Yeah.
It sucks that he's kind of gotten caught up in that whole Adam Sandler cluster of
that little crew
movie poops. I'm kidding. I'm sure I haven't seen Grown Up, so I can't really bash it. But
I think you're safe.
Kevin James one of the guys in Grown Ups?
Yeah, you're safe to bash it.
Am I safe to bash it?
I think so. I haven't seen it either, but I think we can safely assume we're okay bashing that movie.
I love Adam Sandler. Don't get me wrong, but some of those movies feel like a way, especially the 51st Dates. It feels like a way of saying, let me see if I can figure out a way to take all my friends to Hawaii. Oh, I figured out a way for all of us to go to a water park.
And then occasionally,
Because I picture Adam Sandler talks like that all the time.
Yeah, but then occasionally he'll poop out like Uncut Gems or freaking that other one.
Oh, Uncut Gems or
what's the other
Love
one?
Reign Over Me or Punch Drunk Love.
Punch Drunk Love. Yeah, he's got talent.
Oh, I think I can get all my friends to work in the jewelry store.
It's too bad we didn't see like all those guys in there. Like Chris Rock wasn't.
That would have
in
been
the
great. Yeah.
back. Who else?
We needed Rob Schneider somewhere working in the jewelry store, going, "You can do it."
Yep. Little Dave. What's his name? David Spade. David Spade back there going, I don't want to buff these out anymore. Oh, I forgot I'm not going to recommend it because I think it's kind of dumb, but we saw that Wrong Missy movie on Netflix that's got David Spade and
really?
All those guys. It's
got the woman from Orange is the New Black who I thought was really, really who's really, really funny. She was in that.
She is funny. She steals the whole thing. She's very good.
But all in all, it's not good.
It's just kind of.
It's what you'd expect, kind of thing.
Yeah, it feels like a Up All Night USA production. It's just not.
Okay. All right.
Kind of bummed me out.
You're far better off watching Palm Springs.
Oh yeah, I keep hearing that's good to watch. Mm-hmm. You saw that then? Did you?
I saw you did. Used it as my recommendal last week.
That's right. We had so many recommendals, I forgot which one.
We did. I know. I'm only doing one tomorrow.
All right. Well, Nicole will be back, right? I think.
I don't know.
Well, all that's well and good, but what we need right now is some news.
I don't watch the news.
The news is brought to you by
Current Geek Chronicles. It did it. That means the first episode is up and out. Scott, where can people hear this?
All right. So our deal was we said, hey, if you fund this season of the new Current Geek Chronicles at support.currentgeek.com, we would the first thing we would do is launch the first episode, which is all about the history of mana, or as we found out, you're supposed to call it mana. Mana.
Mono. It's actually pronounced mono.
Oh, there you go. It's called From Heaven to Hearthstone, the history of mana. I still can't say mana and feel good about it. Anyway,
Chronicles of Mana.
So we did that. It went up last night, and you don't have to do anything special if you are already subscribed to the Current Geek RSS feed. No matter what player you're using, whatever, that existing feed has this first episode on it as of last night. So it's out there and up there for people to listen to. Feedback has been amazing so far. If you guys like that, oh my gosh, wait till you hear episode 2. But anyway, we're in full production. We got all this stuff going on, and we've funded. And huge thanks to everybody. There's still some time, a lot of time actually left for extra rewards and what are they called? Stretch goals.
Perks? Oh, stretch goals, yes. Right.
Yeah, so watch for that. Again, that is at support.currentgeek.com. All right.
Super cool.
Check this out. Johnny Walker Whiskey. Are you familiar with it? John or Walkie?
I am familiar. I'm not a big whiskey drinker. I like it in whiskey sours, but whiskey straight, I have not yet mastered the craft of enjoying a good whiskey and being able to tell a good whiskey from a bad whiskey.
Gotcha. But you've had enough whiskey to know.
I've had plenty of whiskey, yeah, and I keep trying it, and I keep there. You know what? I'll take that back. And it's funny because Johnny Walker is probably one of the ones I've had the most, but like Woodford Estates or some of these more highfalutin whiskeys, all right. But Johnny Walker, I've actually got the Blade Runner bottle of Johnny Walker, and
that's so cool.
And it's pretty good. Oh, Jameson I do like, but I have to do that as an Irish whiskey or as a Irish coffee.
Oh, coffee. Okay. I was like, what's the difference between an Irish whiskey and a non-Irish whiskey? And I'm thinking,
yeah, Jameson is an Irish whiskey, but you mix it with coffee and whipped cream, and it's spectacular. So
if you put another kind of whiskey in there, it wouldn't be as good. It just wouldn't taste right or whatever.
I don't think it would taste as good. Maybe another Irish whiskey, but Jameson's my jam for that sort of thing.
Gotcha.
I actually have a bottle of Jameson on my shelf just for that reason, just for Irish coffees.
Come to Dublin and we'll give you plenty of Irish coffee.
That's right.
Well, Johnny Walker,
or as we call it, coffee.
Yeah, there you go, coffee. Our morning drink. Whoa. Sorry, the shadow of a dog just appeared. Oh, there she is. Okay, that freaked me out for a second. Oh, look at this shirt my daughter got me. Check this out.
That's the one you were talking about yesterday. Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, isn't that great? It's the
Club LOL.
Yeah. It's got the whole like
awesome,
concert T-shirt thing. Free.
I love that though. It's the accurate. Although KK Slider, I don't know about your island, but he starts at like 8 a.m. at my island.
Yeah.
And just plays no matter if anybody's sitting in front of him or not.
Yeah, they don't start filling up the seats till later in the evening.
Yeah, right.
He's just sitting there all day, naked, with his guitar.
All day.
Yeah. He's just playing
Here's
that dumb
one
guitar.
I wrote about a little puppy dog that I left far behind. It's called...
Here's one going out to all you weird-ass looking animals. He's great. Keep it up, KK
Here's
Slider.
a diss track I wrote about Tom Nook.
Oh, man. If I was a rapper in that world, I would be diss tracking him every day. He took all my money, and I have to say, I'm going to no longer pay. That was my rap.
That's very good. The right number of syllables
Yeah.
in each of those stanzas.
Dunaway accused me of something yesterday with rap. He says, I'm stuck in the kind of like, and the chicken tastes like wood era of rap, where the rhyming convention was like, right?
Yeah, it is the like your rap impression is stuck in 1986.
Yeah, I can't get past it. I can't get
and it's borderline. I'm done and I'm here to say, like it's basically it's you just steered away from using those words.
Yeah,
but that's the rap you're doing.
Yeah, basically, and I can't get around it. It's like I'm stuck in like early Run DMC era rap.
You're Sam Malone when he decided to rap on the newscast to do the rapping sports guy.
Yeah, and then but people like I don't know, even Eminem. I think Eminem changed rap forever. That he walked in and said, "Hey, what if it was rapid fire and the word you rhymed was like 9 miles back and it was crazy and amazing?" And
then you did another rhyming thing with after 2 syllables and rhyme it again after another 2 syllables and then start a new couplet and then
it's a whole new world. I can't fake that at all. I can't even try.
No.
So the minute you say, "Hey, Scott, rap something," I go, "So
I'm Scott Johnson and I'm here to say."
I was walking down the street early one day. Like, I can't even get the A's out of my thing. It's so dumb. Anyway.
Well, spaghetti.
There you go. Basically, that's it. All right. Johnny Walker. Sorry. Johnny Walker. Not
Johnny Walker.
Johnny, or Johnner Walkie, I said earlier. That's real weird.
Johnner Walkie.
Johnner Walkie. Whiskey to be sold in paper bottles. Ooh. The Diego. Is it Diego? Diageo. There, it sounds like a casino in Vegas.
It does. I'm going to go to the Diageo.
The Diageo, next to the Bellagio. Yeah. The Drinks Giant. I guess they're huge. I don't know them. They're giant, I guess. Anyway, they own the brand of Johnny Walker. Says it plans to run a trial on the new environmentally friendly packaging from next year. I don't know why they say from next year. It should be for next year.
Probably a UK article.
Oh, good point. They do everything wrong. Let's see.
They talk like Yoda over there, man. It's weird.
Yeah, those weirdos. While most Johnny Walker is sold in a glass bottle, the firm is looking for ways to... Oh, now we know it's Europe because it says the firm, not the company.
Firm.
Yes,
the firm is going to be looking for ways of using less plastic across its brands.
I believe you've become redundant. The firm is looking for ways to use less plastic across its brands. Making bottles from glass also consumes energy and creates carbon emissions. To make the bottles, Diageo will co-launch a firm called Pulpex. Pulpex. Oh, I guess it'd be Pulpex, like pulp, like paper pulp.
Yeah,
okay.
Pulpex.
Which will also produce packaging for the likes of Unilever and PepsiCo.
Right. I wonder if we're going to get paper Pepsi bottles.
I mean,
potentially.
I would try it, sure. I would worry about it, like how McDonald's cups are if you leave them around too long and they start leaking through. I'd worry about that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it's going to be like wax. It's going to be like they have coconut water in these kind of paper bottles. Those do fine. They're like wax.
Oh, okay.
Wax lined paper bottles.
Oh, wax.
Paper bottles. Look at that. If we do get it, Scott, we'll have gone from Crystal Pepsi in the 90s to Paper Pepsi in the 2020s.
Pepsi paper. You ever seen it? Look at it.
You ever seen paper Pepsi?
Look, we're going to be celebrating Waterworld's 25-year anniversary all week. Okay, so enjoy. All kinds of references are coming. You can't help it.
Yeah.
Being on a tree. You get a little dirt for that. One-eyed Dennis Hopper. We got it all.
Jet skis just under the surface of the water.
Oh, I like that movie. Time to watch it. 25 years. Let's do it. Woo!
Good. And I'm sure Kim is like, oh, good. Bitch about me watching Gilmore Girls. And
what's worse, my dreams about Gilmore Girls or her dreams about Waterworld? I don't know.
Wow. You need Gilmore World is what you need. Or Water Girls. No, Gilmore World is far better.
Yeah, Water Girls is... I don't know if it sounds right. Something's wrong with that.
They go to a college. You ever seen cinnamon rolls? Have you seen cinnamon rolls? What do they have? Do they go to a cinnamon roll? Do they? I don't know what Gilmore Girls is about. I assume it's like they just go to a coffee shop and talk all day.
I mean,
is that what the show is?
So Luke's is this place where they go every day and they get coffee and junk, crappy food or just comfort food.
Yeah.
And Luke is also kind of a on and off love interest for Lorelai. And I'm trying to think if there's a coffee, I guess. That's their big thing. They're always talking about coffee.
Shop.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're always going, put it into my veins.
You ever seen coffee?
Give me a quadruple shot of espresso sort of talk. That sort of thing happens on the show a lot. And, of course, because it's the marvelous Miss Maisel showrunner lady, all of her writing is just...
rapid fire. Yeah, right.
Like everyone's doing that. And I just... last night, there was an episode on as I passed through the room and absorbed it, apparently, so I would dream about it. There's an episode with what's her name from Mad TV. She plays Lois on Family Guy.
Alex Borstein.
Alex Borstein was on with a bunch of crazy makeup playing this uber rich lady. Anyway, I saw her and went, "Oh, is this how they know each other?" Because she's in that marvelous Miss Maisel thing as the quote unquote her manager or whatever.
Manager, right? Yeah.
Anyway,
is there an episode of Gilmore Girls that like where they encounter an alien or something, like one single episode, so I can like, okay, I've watched an episode of Gilmore Girls, but it wasn't it was like a good little sci-fi jump the shark kind of episode.
Oh geez. No.
Have they done an episode where they just speak in musicals, like where they just sing all their lines?
No, that'd be cool though. I would be all right with it. The problem is, okay, so you heard me say earlier that I think the first couple, maybe 3 seasons are okay. They're okay watching.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The problem is she goes to college. Rory does, the daughter.
Yeah. Played
by that Blaisdell.
Alexis Bledel.
Blaisdell, whatever her name is. And that's where it falls apart. Because the entire, imagine Batman and Robin being
phone. Like, is it now? Then they talk via phone, like Suzanne Summers in the 3rd season of Three's Company.
I mean, she goes to like Harvard, so she's still in Connecticut, and so they can still kind of get together and stuff. But it's just not the same because it's imagine this. Let me think of a good comic book comparison. How about
Avengers West Coast?
Well, all right. Actually, you know what? We'll stick with Batman because he has a sidekick. Batman and Robin. If you have a comic book that's all about those two getting stuff done, and then suddenly in a new volume issue, you say, "All right, well, Robin's not there now. He's having a separate story over here.
He's going to go form the Teen Titans." And
they're going to have, but they still have her story. They still have Robin's story, but they just cut back and forth. And they've forgotten that the whole reason we're here is their chemistry together is what is good. And when they're apart, it's not the same. And then there's a whole season where they're fighting. It's just a bummer. The return thing where they come back to all of this like 2 years ago, whatever it was, on Netflix, and they have a reunion season.
Yeah.
That's actually a pretty good season. I like that. And I like Lauren Graham. She's great.
Oh, I do too. Yeah.
Like, I'm not complaining. Yale. It was supposed to be Harvard. She goes to Yale. It's a long story. The whole first 2 seasons are about her getting out of high school and going to Harvard and fighting her dad or her grandpa on whether he should go there or not, played by Edward Herman. And Edward Herman's like, you got to go to Yale. That's where I went. No, I want to go to Harvard. And then by the end, she ends up in Yale. I forgot about that. And she has this shitty, terrible boyfriend, this blonde boyfriend who just makes my skin crawl every time he's on the screen. The college time. It sucks. Anyway. So I obviously know way too much about this.
And then it sounds like I don't even need to watch a a single episode.
I think I explained the whole series to you just now.
You did very well. Yeah, I think I'm set.
It has its moments, but yeah,
there you go.
Whatever. It's just
and
not
Johnny Walker now on paper.
Yeah, I'm finally got
Drink
to
it
that
while
story.
you watch Gilmore Girls, brought to you by
There
Johnny
you go.
Walker.
How about this one? A ride of a lifetime. An Ohio man. Ohio man.
Ohio man
What's his power?
lives in a city that probably begins with the letter C. Excelsior.
Oh my gosh, Cleveland.
Canton.
Cincinnati, Canton. Oh my gosh.
So many C cities in Ohio.
That's so weird. Why have I never thought about that until just now? Obviously, you've thought of it.
It was only because we had all the C newspapers. Columbus, we had the Cleveland, Cincinnati, Canton, Chillicothe Gazette.
Wow, that's crazy to me.
But it breaks down once you start getting to Dayton, Toledo, and Akron.
Oh yeah, those don't have C's. See, that's how that works. All right. Anyway,
C's, you see.
You see, that's how it is. See, an Ohio man lost nearly 200 pounds to ride on a new roller coaster. Here's his motivation. Wow. Yeah.
Okay.
7 years ago, Jared Ream. Do you guys have Reams? The store Reams.
No, do they sell paper?
No, they sell.
They sell paper.
They sell jeans of all things. It's all like pants.
They sell
That's it.
pants.
Pants and food. I think it's like a combo
What?
of like.
Really?
Yeah, if you go to Reams, fellow Salt Lake or Utah folks, you'll know who I'm talking about. It's a place where I think, if I have this right, and I haven't been in a Reams in a long time, but I'm pretty sure I can get pants, boots, and groceries.
Pants and boots and boots and pants and groceries.
Yeah, it's pants and food. Anyway,
Okay.
I
Good.
think I have that right. It's a grocery store, but there's
KT Data says it's a grocery store and Western Outfitter. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like
that's
weird.
so I don't have that wrong. It's been ages.
So is it set up like a well, I don't want to say what's the restaurant that's got more than just a gift shop? It's got all the rocking chairs in front. Not country.
Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel. It's kind of like that, where
Kinda.
half of the store is grocery and then the other half is
I think
is
that's
Western apparel.
I think that's about right. They don't mix it up. It's all one section of just here are all the pants and boots, and then also I'm hungry. Let's go over here. It's like that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
that's a good call.
I don't like that.
Anyway,
but I do like this. This is cool.
yeah, it's pretty cool. All right, Jared Ream. He had given up on what he loves, roller coasters. He weighed 430 pounds. He just couldn't fit on the rides, Brian. That was it. He was done.
Sure. I get that.
Yeah, it's a big fella there. But on August 15th, 2019, Ream's life changed with one simple announcement. Orion was coming to Kings Island, and Ream was going to ride that thing no matter what.
Ream was going to ride Orion.
I will find you no matter what occurs, he says. Ream,
It is my destiny.
Ream is waiting in line to realize his dream he's been working hard to get for. He's strapped in and ready to ride. The first drop is amazing, and the speed hill and the airtime is excellent, says Ream. I'm at peace. I'm relaxed when I'm riding on roller coasters. To me, that's my happy place, is when I'm riding on roller coasters. When he weighed 430, he got escorted off roller coasters all the time because he couldn't fit in the seats. So he decided to do it. He reduced his diet down to 2,000 calories. Why can't I lose more weight? That's all mine is right now.
You need a goal like this guy. You need I want to be able to do this, and then you need to work towards that goal.
What is the thing
right
that
now?
I
It's just a matter of I just want to get to tomorrow. Maybe things will change tomorrow.
What's the thing I want to do where I need to be 190? What's something
jump off the stratosphere?
Oh, do you have to be 190?
No, you have to be 250 or less to jump off the stratosphere.
Well, I'd be okay now. I need something with motivation. I'm about 240 something. I want to be 190. I just don't know what my thing would be. I need a tiny roller coaster I can barely fit in now.
There you go. You want to ride the Kitty Land roller coaster?
Yeah. Think they can arrange that? That'd be great.
Yeah, you could totally do that.
That'd be awesome. And finally today, according to what I found, if you're a Rays fan, Major League Baseball's the
Tampa Bay, formerly known as the Devil Rays.
Yes, they used to be the Devil Rays. Now they're just the Rays, are they? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, Tampa Bay Rays.
Hey, somebody had a good idea for the Redskins name change. I heard this the other day. Yeah. Don't change it. They're still the Washington Redskins, but it's a red potato.
Great.
See what I mean? Like,
that's a great idea. Wow, I can't believe somebody hasn't already come up with that idea.
Yeah, you just put like a red potato, and then, well, I didn't come up with it. I read this somewhere, but You just have a red potato and call it the potato or the Redskins and have one of the skins kind of flapped up.
The jacket potatoes, sure.
Yeah, I've seen this somewhere. Somebody made like a full logo and everything for it, and it looked good. It actually kind of looked good. I know it's a joke, but it looked good. I don't know. Probably not going to do it.
All right. Okay.
They're never going to freaking change that name because everyone's lame.
Well, they are in the process of changing it. I like the Onion's idea, which was Washington Redskins decides to change their name, now known as the DC Redskins.
Nice. Big change for them.
Oh, there's the Redskin potato logo.
Yeah, there it is. It's not bad.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's not bad. So wait a
like
minute.
The sprig of dill or whatever that is.
Are you serious that they are in the process of changing it? Where did you see this?
I thought they were in the process of changing it. I thought that was.
Well, everyone's always yelling at them, but I don't know if they're actually doing anything. Let's see. Redskins. It says here. The latest on that, Clinton Community School drops Redskins name. Okay, NFL's Washington team to retire Redskins name and logo. Ooh, maybe you're right. Ooh, look at this.
Yeah, here we go. Washington's NFL team rehired the former marketing executive to oversee the Redskins name change.
Wow, they're going to do it.
They're doing it, yeah.
They should be the Washington.
They should be the Skins, and then whoever they play against will be the Shirts.
Oh, I like that. Shirts versus Skins.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I used to hate that.
Skins.
Like in junior high, they go, all right, Shirts v Skins. And I'd go, no, I don't want to be Skins. Because I was always so skinny. I was a little skinny
That would be like
twig
a
person.
30-man Shirts team versus a 2-man Skins team.
Yeah, but I was a twig. I looked terrible with my shirt off, I thought, when I was a kid. Yeah. I had a terrible self-image then, so never wanted to be on the Skins. Oh. Anyway, Major League Baseball is finally starting up next week, by the way. And while fans won't be allowed to attend the games, you can still show your support. The Tampa Bay Rays.
Close enough.
The Tampa Bay Rays. What'd I say?
Tampa Bay Rays, I think, something like that. You had a whole extra word in there.
Yeah, I effed that up. All right. Anyway, they're now selling fan cutouts where you can pay to have your cardboard cutout of yourself. So it actually looks like you. Yeah, so you place it in the stands. It even includes a photo. The team has included a photo submission guide to help. Please note the Rays are unable to create cutouts that include the following. So you cannot put the following in here.
Good. Oh, good. Okay. All right.
Commercial advertisements, including slogans, websites, and phone numbers. Can't have any of that.
Sure.
So it can't have like a TMS t-shirt or something.
Sure.
Social media handles and hashtags. So it can't be like,
hashtag thug life.
Right. None of those. No offensive or negative references to any MLB team.
Right.
So listen, it can't be like screw you, White
Diamondbacks suck.
Yeah. That'd be
flipping
really
off. Did you do? They don't say you can't flip the bird in your image.
No, it doesn't say any of that. Names of any MLB players, statements or endorsements of political candidates, or third-party logos or branding.
It seems like a lot of that is repetitive, but sure.
What if you? Doesn't say anything about like, can your shirt be off? Can you, like?
Oh, Win Vegas! I love that. I did an Ibit face. Like,
dude,
we pay the $60, and there's just a
I wonder if they call it a third-party logo branding if you did that. Well, I guess you wouldn't. It'd just be your face, wouldn't it? It'd just be your face.
Yeah, right? You just don't have to do the hashtag Ibit bomb.
Yeah. But I guess what I'm saying is don't put it on a shirt because they may not go for that. But if it's just you and your face going,
it would be me. Like it would be a photo of me making that face wearing a plain purple T-shirt. Or something.
They can't turn that down.
No.
The cost is $60 and $40 if you're a season ticket holder, so you get a little discount there.
What will they cut to the crowd during the game? That would be the best part, though. Like I'm not doing this unless I can watch it on TV, and all of a sudden, looking in the northeast stands. Oh, look at that guy with his mouth wide open.
Yeah, totally. If they're not doing that, then what are we even doing? This is stupid if they don't do that.
Yeah.
The MLB has also announced they will pump crowd noise into the crowd from video games. So you're going to use some of that swelling crowd noise that you get in a baseball game
from the MLB PlayStation game. They're just going to play that really, really loud.
Yep, why not? And they said they'll fill an otherwise quiet stadium to get a cardboard cutout of yourself, put inside Tropicana Field to help cheer on the Rays. Click here is what they say. So go for it, guys. If you're a fan, get in there.
And Krakatoa says the kiss cam will never be the same. That's a really good point.
Yeah, hadn't thought of that.
Oh, there it is right there. So yeah, you can. So it's not even like a clean cutout. It is just basically your body has to fit in this like generic airplane seat shape, and it looks like it's just your top half.
Oh,
which makes
interesting.
sense. There's
Yeah.
no point in them printing legs.
Right. That's a good title. There's no point in them printing legs.
Do you get to keep, like, after the season, can you get your cardboard cutout? I'm assuming you could, right?
I would
Like,
assume so, right? You paid for it, or does that mean you get to stay there for how many games is this worth? Just one?
Oh, it's probably 50 games. I mean, the full season. Well, no, I guess however many home games they play.
Only $60 though. So is it a first come first serve, and once we're out kind of thing, or do you get it per game? Probably once we're out, right? They're not going to print them every game.
If you have to pay, that would be lame. If you well, I could see them doing it though, making you pay.
That's like
per
paying.
game.
That's like paying for a ticket, one off. You know,
It is, but
that's still lame.
Purchase your fan kit.
But 60
I'm on the
seems
page right now.
cheap.
I want to see what's involved with this.
60 seems super cheap for a full season of MLB.
It does. It does.
So I
Terms
don't know.
and conditions here, but it doesn't say. Cutouts will be placed throughout the ballpark for 2020 home games at Tropicana Field. In the event of fans entering the ballpark, cutouts could be repositioned. Oh, really? No kidding? So if somebody actually pays for my seat, you'll move me?
Oh wow. Oh, I get it. So if they have like a VIP or something, he may sit in your seat.
Yeah. It doesn't seem to be saying that it's just for one game.
Okay.
60 does seem cheap, but again, I mean,
yeah, it's just a cardboard cutout of you.
It's just
actually,
a cardboard
if you think
cutout,
about what that is, it isn't cheap. It's like really expensive for what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty close to how much it costs to go to Kinko's and have one made.
Yeah. Which might be all they're doing. Who knows? Well, anyway.
Could I pay to have bright LED lights that are focused down at the pitcher?
100%. You can pay. Yes. Yeah.
Just like
Yeah, I want to know what else I can pay for here. What I'm saying is I want full Blurns ball from Futurama. That's what I want.
Perfect.
All right, we're going to take a break. We're going to play a song, and then we're going to come back with our good pal Bill will be here. Jury will be here. It's Tuesday, right? Yeah. All those guys will be here. So come on back in a second. Before that, music from Brian. What do you have?
Sure.
Kazam Kazar, Kazam Kazee. Will not your own take orders from me? Hey, it's Screech, Skeletor's robot bird.
We can't date. You're too oily. This is the morning stream.
And we're back, everybody. Welcome back.
Yes.
Well, that was short and sweet. I liked it. It's very good.
Diana DeMuth, 2-minute, 2:31, kind of like almost what the Clash described as the right length song length. 2 minutes 59 is what they talk about in Hitsville, UK, as being the ideal track length. But that again is Diana DeMuth, DEMUTH, from her upcoming album Misadventure, and a song called Into My Arms.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, good stuff.
Let's get our pal Bill Duran in here. I'm going to play this for him.
Your bat cave's open there, Bill.
Hey, it's Bill Duran, everybody. PunchProps.com's own Bill Duran comes on the show and talks on Tuesdays about making stuff in the world of productive creativity. And Bill, it's good to hear from you. How are you?
I'm doing okay. It's good to hear from you guys, too.
Yeah, we missed you last week, but man, what a weird week last week. That Grand Imahara news was rough for everybody.
Yeah.
That was not my favorite news in the world, and a good reminder that I don't know, just be grateful for people around you, because you just freaking never know, man.
You never know.
Nope.
But on a happier note,
yes, sir.
Friday, not only was it Scott's birthday, it was my 10-year wedding anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Well
Thank
done.
you.
10 years is a good milestone, which is crazy because I don't know what I thought when I met you guys for the first time in 2010 at Nerdtacular, but I don't remember if I knew you were married or what the deal was.
You guys seem to have been together forever at that point. It just let's have such a good a good rapport, a good
we've been best buds since 2000. So.
There you go.
So I was actually watching the video I made from Nerdtacular 2010, the first time I met the whole Frog Pants network.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I remember I won something in the raffle.
Yeah.
I won a ticket to a local event in Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
But it was on my wedding, so I had to give it up.
Oh, man.
That's really funny.
So literally, like, I met you guys like a couple months before my wedding. 10 years ago,
okay,
which was
okay.
pretty awesome.
I wasn't sure what the timing on that was, but I was looking because you were talking about your anniversary. I went back and looked at some old pictures of the 2010 event, and we were hanging out at that pizza place. And man, you look like you're about 14 years old.
I know.
It's weird. It's really weird. 10 years ago, it doesn't seem like that much time, but
Goodness,
you look like a kid.
It's been a defining decade for me, at least.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Anyway, I had a fun. Speaking of nostalgic things like Nerdtacular 2010, thing that my college friends and I made a very long time ago, and I don't think I've ever shown you guys.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm going to drop a YouTube link in the chat, but if you're listening, go to YouTube and look for Bill Duran pirated animation.
Ooh.
It's a 5-minute animation.
Oh, look at this. This is great.
Made entirely from scratch by me and 3 of my friends.
And this
What did you use for this?
Maya, Photoshop,
Okay.
that stuff.
Okay.
It's 4:3. It was made in 2003, so that's the aspect ratio we went with.
Okay.
The pirate steering with his scabbard. Oh, Captain Bill.
Oh yeah. So back in 2003, we made this 5-minute animation with our friends. Now, Brittany and I worked on it together, along with our friends Dave and Mike, and we all met. The 4 of us met in 2000 in college, and we became fast friends.
Wow.
And then we decided, the 4 of us, to do this video as a senior project.
Okay.
Oh, I also want to point out that Brittany, Dave, and Mike have all worked on Destiny since then.
Oh wow.
So just the talent that made this pirated animation, same talent that helped bring you AAA titles like Destiny.
Yeah, I mean, clearly from the animation quality, you can tell that that's where this all came from.
This is like I feel like I'm watching Lawnmower Man from the 90s.
So here's the thing. A couple things to think about going into this project. Okay, it's 2003. YouTube didn't exist. There were no tutorials on how to learn this stuff.
Yeah.
And no one at our college, teachers or otherwise, knew how to use Maya. So we taught ourselves.
Yeah.
So this is all completely self-taught. We convinced our professor to let us have total control over our senior project. And the 4 of us spent an entire semester working on this thing.
Yeah.
Each one of us picked a character, so each character is a caricature of ourselves. So probably obvious which one is me, which one's Brittany, and then the other 2 are Dave and Mike, and they have their own pirate names as well.
Barnacle Brit.
Barnacle Brit, of course. She's got a parrot on her shoulder too. Keep an eye out for him. He's Wiley, that parrot.
Yeah.
That's great.
Oh, look at
So
this. Sorry, keep going. I'm watching the entire thing, and it's freaking. This is amazing. But keep
Isn't
going.
it?
Yeah.
So we split up all the tasks. We had to model and texture, rig, and animate everything. I did the boat, most of the boat, and a couple other little things.
Mm-hmm.
And someone did the building. Someone did the docks. There's an interior scene. We storyboard. We actually found the storyboards. Brittany has them in a sketchbook. We have full storyboards for this thing.
Wow.
And we produced
fantastic.
it. We each did our part, and then Dave was the editor, so we had to render everything and send it over to him. He put it all together. It's very light on audio. You might notice.
Yeah.
Not a lot of dialogue.
Yeah.
Maybe a scream here, maybe a hello. That's just about it.
Turns out that stuff takes a ton of extra work. You're probably so busy with the animation. Like, what are you gonna do? Oh,
And one of the things that we didn't really learn in college, especially with 3D animation, is that usually there aren't generalists. People don't necessarily learn every step of the process the way we did.
Yeah.
You would have a modeler, you would have a texturer, or the modeler and texturer might do both of those things, especially nowadays. But then you'd have like a rigging or dynamics specialist, or you'd have even a rendering, like someone whose job is just to render.
Yeah, that's true.
And then once all of that stuff is done, it gets sent over to someone who does editing full time, But we didn't do that. We all did a little bit of it.
Well, it still looks better than Reboot. Remember Reboot?
Yes, I do.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
Reboot.
This looks better than Reboot.
Wow.
Yeah, we took a lot of inspiration from Reboot.
Are you? It looks like you've just infiltrated Macrosoft. Did I read that right?
Yeah, that's right. That's correct. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Awesome.
Oh,
Well, that's because, Scott, while they are pirates, they're not pirates in the traditional sense. Oh no.
Oh.
They are software pirates.
I see.
Clever.
So we decided to make an entire video or an entire animation based on that one joke, and I really think it was worth it.
Yeah, I think so too. Also, I love that there's a door that just says software.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Wouldn't you label your doors?
I mean,
all of mine. I have a big sign that says bathroom on my bathroom door, just so I don't get lost at night.
This is great.
Oh, it's great.
This is really great. What a thing you'll be able to pass on for generations. Look at this thing I made. Look at your Uncle Bill made, you guys. Life changing.
It's the sort of thing we crack out every once in a while. Just for nostalgia's sake, and really kind of remember walks. Like I watching the characters walk, and I'm like dry heaving because animating that stuff was such a pain in the ass.
Oh, look, now it's going off into the sunset. That's adorable.
Yeah.
All right, now I'm glad you shared this with us. This is very cool.
So good.
Yeah.
It was super fun, and for a reminder too that for a long time, my goal and Brittany's goal and our friends were to move into animation. There was a point where my goal was I will work at Pixar. Like that was my goal.
Yeah.
Never happened. Funny though, I've been to Pixar since.
Yeah. You did a tour. I remember you touring it and talking about it.
I do. Yeah. A friend of mine worked there. I believe he's moved on to work on one of his own projects. But
were you tempted to say, "Hey, I've got a little project that I did"?
Well, I might slide over your desk here. Just watch this. I think there's a lot to work from. I mean, obviously we'd remaster it, but
I have about 6 CD-ROMs that this all fits on. Can I show you?
Oh my gosh, Maya 5.
Do you have a zip drive by chance?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
This is great. I'm watching the credits. You guys even made credit sequences. This is great. Copyright 03.
Really good.
Is there a place online where people can check this out? Like
it's just on YouTube. Yeah. On YouTube. Look up Bill Duran pirated animation. You'll see it.
It's very cool.
And I expect the numbers to jump. There's only about 150 views on the video, so I expect this to be. I expect it to go viral.
Really. Oh yeah, this is gonna explode now. It's gonna explode.
17 years later, I think it's finally time for that film to get its due.
Yeah, get the critical attention it always deserved. Speaking of critical attention, Bill, you always give us a little bonus content on the days you're here.
Oh yeah, now just go watch my old animation, and if you like it, show one of your friends. I guess
do that. Yeah, do that, you guys. There's your link. You got a link and a bonus link all in one. Cool. And as always, good to have you on. Punishedprops.com is the place. Punishedprops.com, that is, not .con. I made that part up. You can also find Bill over at his YouTube channel, which is also Punished Props. Bill Duran, have a fantastic week. We'll see you next time.
Take it easy, guys.
Okay,
bye.
Yeah. No, we can't hang up on him. There we go.
What a talent that guy is.
He's real. He's just a talented fella. So that means that we've now seen Brittany's last name for the first time before she got married. It was Brittany Shepherd. That's cool. I like that name. It's very nice.
I thought it was Barnacle Brett.
No, you can't do that in mixed company anymore. I don't know what that means. All right. Let's get Justin Robert Young in here. See what he's all about.
Yeah.
I have questions about the
candidacy I don't know about you,
Kanye.
But yeah, I feel like Kanye is cementing this presidency bit by bit every day.
Yeah, it's a lock-in. So here's his theme.
These are their stories.
Oh, I'm terrible with names.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Justin Robert Young to the programs, all the way from Oakland, California, soon to have, well, if the rumors are true, you're about to get your own secret federal agents in unmarked cars coming your way. I heard you were one of the cities they were thinking about sending these to. Did you hear about that? That's exciting.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Very exciting. So, hey, it's good to have you here. Hope you're well. The deal we sort of, I don't know, talked about Kanye already, but let's keep talking about Kanye West.
That's always a universally popular option.
Sure,
as I've found. You know, there is a universal acclaim and praise when you spend a lot of time talking about Kanye West.
Well, he already has been talking a little bit about policy, and one of them really stood out to me. He said, abortion should be legal, but everybody that has a kid should get $1 million per kid just for having the kid. And I would like to just be on the record as saying he owes me $3 million.
Well, I mean, or the federal government, once he gets into, you might need to look into, child rearing reparations, or Kim rather. I don't know exactly how that would go. I don't know whose bank account that immediately goes into, but yeah, Kanye West held his first and possibly only presidential rally in South Carolina on Sunday. I listened to the whole hour. It was loose, not a lot of prepared remarks, a lot of Q&A where he was inviting people up to answer questions. And to that point, he is the he is the only him and Joe Biden have I seen actually just take random Q&A questions. Everybody else kind of has a little bit of stagecraft, or they're doing events that are not exactly conducive to Q&A. But Kanye did, and man, it's a tour de force. Rarely do you get in a presidential rally the presidential candidate talking about the time he got addicted to Percocets because of his plastic surgery, and how at that time he found himself often driving high through Calabasas on Percocets.
Oh my gosh.
Or saying the phrase, "My dad wanted to abort me and I wanted to kill my daughter," because he told a story about how Kim Kardashian first told him that she was pregnant, and he was living, his words, a rapper lifestyle with some girls on the side, for which he didn't want to end. They had a conversation about whether or not she would terminate the pregnancy, and he was initially for it. Obviously, they decided to go ahead with it, but he started crying on stage, saying that he tried to kill his own daughter.
Jeez. Well, look, I've learned this much. I've learned this much in 4 years. One man's controversial babbling is another man's, "I really like what he says. He seems like he's saying it like it is."
So he seems like a stable genius up there.
He's really pushing. He's really saying what's on his mind. We need more of that in politics.
He's saying what we're all thinking.
Yeah. So I mean, he's not gonna. He can't do anything, right? We're done. Is he done yet? I know you always say to me, don't put Yee in a corner. Don't try to, knock this guy down before he's done.
Yee in a corner.
You know what I mean? Don't discount Kanye West.
Yay.
That's what you're
famous
saying.
line from that.
Is it yay? I don't know what he does.
Dancing.
I know he's currently. The Y-E is pronounced yay?
Kanye.
Kanye. Is that what it's from?
Con. It's yay. Yeah.
All right. Well, he should just say Kanye.
But if you do Yeezy, you don't say Yeezy.
You don't say Yeezy. No. Yeezy. One what jumps over Jumpman. Yes.
Okay. So
Yeezy, not Yeezy.
That's why I said Yee, because I thought that's what who knows? I don't know. It's a bunch of mumbo jumbo. The point is, are we done with him yet, or is this still going to be a thing? Like, what are we doing? Is it still? How much more Kanye, Yee, yay? How much more of that do we have to do?
Well, I mean, war is over if you want it, Scott. You can just not pay attention to Kanye. There's no. Again, this is what I've said from the very, very beginning. Kanye's biggest impact on the election, if indeed he does continue with whatever his campaign is, would mostly be as a write-in vote, or in taking people that were not particularly passionate about either candidates and directing their vote elsewhere. I don't think that he really has a shot at getting 270 electoral votes. If that is the question, he's currently trying to get ballot access in Illinois. I think he did fail to do it in South Carolina. It doesn't seem like he is particularly running a tight ship in that regard, which is fairly obvious considering the fact that he started this process either after the deadlines had passed in many states to get on the ballot, or with days to go. So, I mean, look, we can have a conversation about where he fits in the political landscape, or we can have a conversation about what's going on with Kanye West as a person, as he had what seemed to be an emotional if not mental breakdown last night on Twitter.
I missed all
wherever,
that.
Wherever you want to go.
Well, what happened there? Did he? I didn't hear about that. Was it?
He had a said that Kim Kardashian tried to lock him up and was taking shots at Kim Kardashian's mom, the kind of boss of the Kardashian empire, Kris Jenner.
Yeah.
And then of course sprinkling in some of the that little Kanye MSG that makes everything that much more flavorful with NBC locked up Bill Cosby, and that the movie Get Out was based on Kanye West.
Whoa. Wow.
Which, again, if you are a seasoned Kanye watcher, some of that you just gotta understand is just burps out of Kanye. Like those kinds of statements are just things that kind of happen. And Brian, I'm sure as in reading as many interviews of musicians, especially the kind of controversial ones, there's an element of like, okay, I think this is indicative of where your mind is at, and then there's like, no, you just like saying things.
Yes. And it's 80% of what he does is just saying things, and I don't even think it's like saying things to get a rise out of people or to cause controversy. It's just saying things like I have this great idea for a new electric car or whatever, and and he just throws it out there because it's genuinely
that's
what
just
he's thinking about at that moment. Yeah,
that's just some yay stuff. Yeah, I mean, I think he is a compelling artist for me because he is this kind of throbbing id, right? Like there's an element of ego and introspection and spirituality as he defines it that is compelling. It's why we pay attention to him. I mean, like what's your favorite Kanye West album, Scott?
I don't really have one.
Then why the hell are you paying attention to him? Like, that's exactly the point. The point is that like he is compelling.
I like that Gold Digger song.
Reason.
That Gold Digger song's fun. I like that one, but I don't know.
Sure, yeah, but there's a million people for whom you like one song, and you don't pay attention to every time that they tweet, right? Because
that's true.
For whatever reason, Kanye is compelling.
I don't even follow him, so I have this meltdown thing. I guess he scrubbed all this because I don't see any tweets. It looks like he pulled them all down.
A lot of it, I think, apparently.
really?
Yeah. No, yeah. He was like tweeting screenshots of him trying to text Kris Jenner. And then, again, one of those random things that are just rattling around Kanye's brain. Amidst this meltdown, he just tweets, Drake, thinky face. So I don't know whether or not, like, he was thinking that Drake is the cause of this. If he's just thinking about Drake while he's having this situation. But yeah, I mean,
maybe he was just thinking about some Drake cakes. He was just kind of in the mood for.
Maybe he was into some Drake cakes. I mean, look, I believe that he does. Look, he's got some mental stuff, and he has said that he is self-diagnosed as bipolar. I have no reason to disbelieve him on that. He's also said that he's off his medication, and I have no reason to disbelieve that. So, we'll see. He's really. I think the only reason why we're talking about him as much as we are is that we are in an uncharacteristically low information version of our 2020 election, and so. When everybody's eyes are on this election, or at least naturally, this is our circadian rhythm that everything else that's happened from 2016 till now is abnormal. We normally do not care about politics on the level that we have over the last couple of years. Now it is. Now is when we start to do it. And yet, the president's kind of half running a campaign because he's, there's all this other gigantic actual pressing stuff that's happening. And so we can now focus on his success or lack of success on that. Biden is playing the most conservative strategy you could possibly imagine, which is like just don't say anything, and because you're betting on the president's performance speaking for itself, and so Kanye West, saying that everybody in prison for marijuana would be free the day he got elected, and that guns don't kill people, people kill people, is that it works for me, in terms of something to talk about.
Yeah.
It's certainly a lot more interesting than the other stuff.
Yeah, you're probably right. By the way, his last tweet was, "I'm a focus on the music now." So I guess he's got a new...
Yeah, that was the end. The end of the rant was he has a new album called Donda, named for his mother, his departed mother. And he says it's going to come out July 24th on Friday, which in Kanye time means that we can expect it sometime in late August.
I assume that means he has a history of doing that, making an announcement.
No.
Okay.
It's become a meme on in Kanye Reddit or whatever, that nobody expects. Nobody, when he says that something's due out on a date, nobody expects it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been famous lately in the digital music era for actually like changing songs after they're released because he's not happy with it. And so, there's the famous "I'ma fix wolves" tweet, which came out like a week after his album, The Life of Pablo. There's a song called "Wolves" that apparently he didn't like, and so he was gonna fix wolves. And it's just like, dude, the album's out. Like, what are you gonna do?
The George Lucasizing of Kanye's music.
Basically, yeah. No, but he remains unhappy with certain mixes. But again, it's like, as an artist, to me, that is kind of his worth. His best albums are the ones that are the most technically intricate, and his worst albums are the ones that are the sloppiest. So I say fix wolves all you want.
Yeah.
Okay?
Where's College Dropout on that spectrum? Because when we did Kanye for Soundography, that was the album that kind of stood out to me.
Oh, College Dropout is, College Dropout is his debut album, and it's, it kind of announced, that was sort of Kanye at the height of his producing powers from the early aughts. He was a big go-to producer for Jay-Z and a couple other Rockefeller records, and then he had Through the Wire. But College Dropout was really the summation of okay, I'm that producer is now a rapper. And
Gotcha. Okay.
So yeah, no, that really set the template in a lot of ways. But really the peak of the intricate Kanye is My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, which is intricate on a level almost to the point of self-indulgence.
I just thought of something. I'm sure this isn't a new thought, but if he gets if he made president, if he was voted in, they could really market or play around with the marketing around the name The West Wing, right? I could go nuts.
Oh, he tweeted that out.
Oh, he did he?
You and Ye are on the same wavelength.
Oh man! Woo! Finally.
Because among the things that he did last weekend, along with his first presidential rally, was hand draw a font, which he then made into his own little poster for The West Wing, which he posted on Twitter.
Oh, there it is. Oh, geez. Okay, he hand drew the entire alphabet here. It looks like.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yes.
All right. I've been missing the point all these years. I guess I need to.
Look, he's an interesting dude. He's an interesting dude.
Yeah.
When you listen to his rally, it's I do think he genuinely believes that he can help heal the world. I believe he believes that.
Yeah.
I believe that his religious conversion, which has happened over the last year, where he announced that he's no longer a secular artist and he's only going to do music that, aside from being religiously themed, which it has always kind of been, is now going to be explicitly religious or gospel. in his terms, that like I do think he is honest in his own mind about that. Like, and when you listen to him talk, it seems very clear that he believes he wants to be a preacher. He wants to have a flock and he wants to guide his flock. You know, it's
I'm sorry, I have to mention this.
Yay around that.
I have to mention this. I just was looking at the track list for Donda, this new album he's working on. My favorite track, and it's a lot of the stuff you just described, like a lot of God-themed stuff, like In God's Country, Future Sounds, Praise God, the new Body, all these things. My favorite title is I Know God Breathed on This. That's amazing. That's amazing. I'm coming around, dude. I'm coming around.
I mean, yeah. I would actually be curious for you to listen to the latest Kanye record. It was his first religious record, Jesus is King.
Yeah.
We don't know exactly how specifically religious Donda's going to be. But you know, the first single he put out sounded a little bit more like his secular stuff, but was like, wash me in the blood. So it was like, again, religiously themed, but that's not uncommon from like Jesus Walks or something like that he's done for years and years.
All right. Well, this discussion has been helpful because I feel like I've learned more about the man in 10 minutes than I have my entire his whole career.
The one thing that I would say is like, obviously there is an element of celebrity that is dehumanizing. Mm-hmm. And, that's stuff that even we feel on a microdosing level as podcast people, right? When people believe they know you because they have heard you, then it leads to all kind of distortion. And it's not necessarily awful, right? Well, sometimes it is when people believe they know where your heart is, and that's why they need to speak to you in really awful, awful ways, or they believe that they know you or your family, or they want to hurt you or your family, and they're saying horrifying things to you. Like that's truly wretched.
Right.
But in general, even at its best, we're kind of cartoon characters. Mm-hmm. Like we're just people that can be interacted with, and usually it's like even a positive, that it's like, oh, I like this person, so I'm gonna subscribe to their Patreon, or I'm gonna support them, or blah blah blah. Kanye West is that times a billion, and obviously people's opinion of him and the way he acts is personal. But I will say that specifically last night, there was like a little bit of a gross undercurrent of like dunking on a guy who, if that wasn't a manic episode, man, it sure looked manic episode-y.
Yeah.
It looked indistinguishable, at least from our vantage point, looking at this cartoon character, from somebody that was really going through something. And like that, I think is gross. And when we talk about humanity and empathy online, and we talk about like, oh, just don't be a dick, right? The Will Wheaton law.
Yeah.
Like, I do think that that's a part of it. Like that kind of empathy is like not just looking for where the hole in the sheet we can say something awful about somebody, is part of our own growth and our own maturity on these social media platforms.
Yeah, you're probably right. And my assumptions I've ever had about Kanye West are based purely on like, I'm gonna let you finish, and that Gold Digger song. So I don't
That's
really.
That's it. Two points of data.
Yeah, I really don't have much else in that sandwich. So other than it does seem, well, whatever. He's the only very prominent rapper to be running for president this year, and so therefore he is a topic of discussion. And I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad we can have it here. All right, Justin, what else is happening this week that you would like to find folks at home to know about before we let you go?
Of course, the politics streams that happen right after TMS at 10 a.m. Pacific time. That is 1 o'clock Eastern time. And then I know that for whatever reason, I have a reputation on this show of being a Trump apologist. But if you want to hear me be very, very critical about Trump's campaign, then subscribe to the Politics podcast, and that is going to be the theme all the mistakes I believe that Donald Trump has made from a campaign perspective and why I think it distances himself from his chances of winning the White House. If you want out and out Trump criticism, it is here for you on the Politics podcast on Wednesday.
And also a reminder that when you tune into that show, you hear things like this.
I believe these words came from the Pokemon movie.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. That Herman Cain reminder is one of my favorite things. By the way, is he out of the hospital? Is he okay now? Do we know?
I have not heard. I'll have to look that up on the stream. Oh, and by the way, can I congratulate you on the Current Geek Chronicles?
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I cannot. I mean, it's no longer a secret to say this, but Justin has a role in episode 2, which I cannot wait for people to hear. It turned out really great. But yeah, we're very happy, super thrilled about it. Can't wait to start pumping these episodes out. We're about halfway done with the season production wise. And now that we funded, we can finish this thing.
All I will say for everybody, if you have not kickstarted it, go ahead and do it. It's well worth it. Listen to that first episode because I think, and now it's fine because you guys got all the money. I think you guys undersold what a quantum leap this is in terms of the kind of content people expect from you and Tom.
Yeah.
This is
so beautifully produced.
Yeah,
it's a whole different animal. And you know, if I were you guys when you guys were like launching it, I don't know if I would even put you like in the Kickstarter video, like just because it is its own beast that like is going to be experienced so different. I think everybody who listens to it is going to be blown away because it is so it's so different, you know, like it's different than the talk radio format that we've all kind of made our bones in. So congratulations.
Thanks, man. You would deserve some little extracurricular credit though. Part of what motivated this entire shift in our desire to relaunch in this way was you and your series. And that I heard that and went, oh man, I have to pull the trigger on one of these that I've been thinking about forever. Somebody else has done one of these. Now it's time. It's time now. Now is the time. It's going to be work. It's going to cost money. It's going to be hard and sweaty, but we're going to do it. Shouldn't say hard and sweaty out loud. Anyway, that's so you deserve some of that credit.
Stretch goal.
I thank you for that. Although I'm sure that you guys would have done amazing stuff whether or not I did anything. But I will then curse you for now setting the bar so much higher. So now I have to actually like shame myself into not letting certain parts of my production get sloppy. So
yeah.
I do greatly appreciate anything that I'm thankful that anything that I did could affect anybody, especially legends like you and Tom.
Well, that's super kind of you to say. It's Justin Robert Young, everybody. Justin R. Young on Twitter. We will do a raid after the show for you live folks. If you want to head over there and listen to him do politics stuff. And now I will play this.
The jury will now retire.
We'll see you later.
Cheers.
Oh, jeez. I don't even know what word that was. What word do you think that was?
Cheers, I think.
Was it
cheers?
Okay, cheers.
Boys? I don't know.
What if he was going to say something?
He never really says cheers. Like he never.
What if it was
never hear him say cheers?
What if it was really offensive and we just missed out now on saying,
oh God, yeah.
Damn it! Shoot,
kind of stuff.
Missed that. We missed that shot. We didn't take our shot. All right. Hey, look at this. We got a fan service to give out. I still don't have a clip for this.
Yeah.
I got to come up with something good. Actually, you know what? Let's see. Let's do it right here in real time.
Okay.
Do I have anything with the word fan in it?
Or service.
Here's this.
Thank you for your service.
Fans of the group K-pop.
No, that's no good.
So close. It almost sounds like they're going to say fan service.
How about this one? No. How about this one?
I know all his tunes.
No. That's not it. I can't find. Oh, wait. Hey. Okay, I don't know what that is. All right, forget it. I'll come up with something. But anyway, some fan service for this came into us from Steve Vestidius Eason. I believe is how you say his name. He says, hey guys, thanks for giving small content producers the opportunity to pimp their stuff on the show. Oh, wait, I meant promote their content. Wink, wink. I have a podcast I've been trying to do for quite some time, and we're sneaking up on our 300th episode. Jeez Louise.
Wow.
That's a long-running podcast. Well done.
It is.
Says it's called the Legend of the Innkeeper podcast, the Hearthstone podcast for casual players. We'd love to have more friends come and join us. The website is legendoftheinnkeeper.com at twitch.tv/LOTI podcast. So Lottie podcast, basically. And Twitter is LOTI podcast at LOTI pop.
LOTI podcast.
Why is that one not rolling off the tongue? I don't
know. Loti podcast.
Loti. Thanks again, Steve. Well, Steve, we're happy to do it. People should go check that out if you like Hearthstone at all. And if you're casual like me, man, you might really like it. And I've seen that show before up on the chart, so it's nice to see we have a listener over there. Cool. No instance today, by the way, is in the in the way of news. Both my co-hosts are out of town and also doing some structure work on the show, and so there is no the instance today. None.
Structure.
None. Okay.
All right, because I guess Blizzard they had like an 8-hour downage to update things, but apparently it's back up, and they broke mouse look according to Benjin 006.
Really?
So being able to look with your mouth like without
what is that about? That's weird.
I don't know.
What a weird thing to have happen to anything. Yeah. That's very odd. Well, anyway, just a kind of a word of note there. I will be streaming later and recording we're doing some Current Geek stuff tonight. I'm very excited. Anyway, what else was I going to tell people? I forgot. There was something else. Brand new Frog Pants Plays Daily up on YouTube. So go check that out. YouTube.com/Scott Johnson for all that. And that's it. Patreon.com/TMS is how this show is supported. It is how we pay our bills, and we appreciate everybody who does help us out. Please continue to do so, and look forward to this weekend's TMS PM edition on Friday, where you get a free bonus show for your $1 or more a month. Thanks, everybody, for your support. Frogpants.com/TMS for everything else as usual. That's it. We need to play a song to go. You have a song?
Yeah, this one. I do have a song. This one goes out to Mitch. It says July 20th marks 3 years from the passing of